Well, alright. How is everybody doing tonight? Alright. Pretty much got everything going here. Let's see, I got this. Kill the music, get the game going. Alright, there we go. Alright, so kind of last left off, we're on the second case. And if you guys were in last streams, as you know, I was talking with my moderators, and he decided that he is going to be with me in the second case. So welcome, Kermit, otherwise known as Liberty Train Media.
Hi.
All right. You ready to see how the second case rolls around?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll be voicing the judges and the judge and prosecutors.
Yes, we basically officially agreed and this, so I thought, because yeah, you're gonna be the prosecutor, which is the quote-unquote bad guy, even though they're not really a bad guy. They just, they do their job. Whereas I'll be the...
Well, yeah, they do.
Yeah. I mean, it's them just doing their job, Because if you count for, like, especially the earlier games, especially, like, Miles Edgeworth. So, in the original game, Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth were childhood friends. Miles Edgeworth was meant to be a lawyer, but he became a prosecutor because of what happened in his life. But you help him figure that stuff out. And I think it was in one of the end of the trilogy or one of the more recent games, they explained that the prosecutor, like a true prosecutor and lawyer, even though it looks like they're fighting, and I'm really interpreting what they said, but it's the idea of, like, even though it seems like they're fighting, what they're actually doing is they're combating each other to get the truth out.
Ooh.
Like that's the job of the prosecutor and the defendant. Is they battle with each other, so that way evidence can be put up, and it gets
It's actually more like a civil debate, because it was like a battle. We'd be seeing like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, quote unquote battle. It's definitely a civil debate, but you know what I'm saying? It's like they quote unquote battle each other, but it's all for the sake of getting to the truth.
It's more like, it's really more like a debate, really. I don't think it's like it can be considered a fight or like a simple argument, but there's no yelling or even in the courtroom, so
yeah,
you basically it's like more of a civil debate in a courtroom.
But I mean,
and that's the
point,
to be.
But I mean, that's the thing, they throw out their evidence and they figure out the contradictions just to get to the truth, like that. And I like their analogy of how they described it, but I can't remember which game it was that they had made that point.
Yeah.
I can't remember which game right now, because they've had about 3, 4, 5, I think like six games.
Yeah, only Phoenix Wright would ever make a courtroom look like a JoJo battle.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the point they give, and I like the point that they give for that. So, anyways.
Which, by the way, a courtroom is never like that. I have experience in that, so that's why.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, this is not supposed to be like a real courtroom, but it's just
yeah, no. I'm just saying. This is nothing. Just a good disclaimer. This is nothing like a courtroom. You ain't gonna hear yelling in the courtroom.
Nope.
They'll kick you out right there.
Oh, but that's what makes Phoenix games so good, is because, like, their animations and the way that they do their court battles. Oh my god, I love it. Anyways, switch over to my screen.
Like, if it wasn't for you, I probably would have been would not be wanting. I probably would have just stuck with the anime, because there's like an anime out of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, the anime is actually decent. Like, I when I heard about it, I'm like, I'm really watching this. And the anime does go through the trilogy, the actual original trilogy, like all the way through. So they do, in my opinion, with that anime, they do pretty well with it. Granted, they're not gonna hit like every detail or every investigation like a game would, But because of the focus is supposed to be like the courtroom stuff and like the important bits, I think they did really well with it. I definitely recommend people, even if you've never like played it, go watch it. They do they do a really good job.
And this is why visual novels are the future.
Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. The Avenger of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. I also didn't give you like if you could play any other character's role, especially considering.
I mean, I can play that character.
Well, the investigations are kind of different because I know like they'll have a character that's supposed to be like usually the character that's with them will be the defendant's assistant, you know.
Hang on, I gotta test out my judge and prosecutor voice. Hang on.
Oh god. I mean, I'm not good with voices to be fair, so. Alright, so here we go.
Oh, look at me!
Oh Jesus.
Me.
Well, who knows
Look
what
at me.
Yeah. Who knows what the prosecutor will be this time, because usually that prosecutor that was in the first case, he usually only appears in the first case. He's just like a one-time dude. Then we get the actual guy. But who knows who's gonna
I
be
just
the
hope
guy.
it's not a female one, because I'd have to go into really high up voice, and that's gonna hurt my throat.
I think there's only one instance where there was a female prosecutor.
But it's not
always been
later
that.
in the game, I'm assuming.
That was like in the second or third game that was made.
Oh, okay. So this is like one of the final games, I guess.
Well, this is
Or is it like a prequel?
this is a prequel, but this is made after all the other games because this game was out in Japan way before, and this just finally came to America. Anyways,
Mm.
oh, my head is throbbing.
I got the feeling it was a prequel though, because of the 18th century look.
Oh yeah, no, this is a prequel because it's supposed to be like the ancestors of Phoenix.
The ancestors of the great Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Yep. Anyways, what's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Yeah, I didn't think thoroughly with the investigation part. Honestly. But we'll figure it out. Wait, I can't move. Can't move. Well, look at that, I'm in chains. Oh shit. Oh, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, Is this who I think it is? Oh shit, it's the sailor. You can be the sailor!
We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You're a true cold-blooded human, you fucking bastard.
You? Huh. You found me then? That's right, they're Russian.
Ah, we found you. And now you will pay. Criminal! Fucking criminal!
Yeah.
How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe? Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
Now you have been found, it's time to admit your crimes. You fucking wanker. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is. Hmm?
No, I'll tell
It is
you everything.
very cold.
Yeah, right. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Is this who I think it is? Isn't that... No, that's actually her. Never mind. I didn't know if it was... That's a problem with something. It's like, it doesn't tell you who it is till afterwards. I'm like, oh, that was a female. God damn. Always love that shit, too. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Susato? Wait. Did you just say... Take... life? Where is he? Where's Cosma? Wait, don't tell me!
Ah, you pretend you don't know? You are worth a sheep's pelt. What the fuck does that even mean?
You are wolf in the sheep's pelt.
You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses.
Have you ever heard of the term wolf in sheep's clothing?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
That's a similar thing. They just said instead of clothing, it's pelt. Why that? Well, whatever. Huh? Woo! Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here in this very cabin. I was bolted shut from the inside. So you're telling me Kazuma is the fucking victim? God damn it. His body?
Please. Do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep.
Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely, you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No! I'm not gonna scream because of reasons. Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. You sure about this? Will we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It really was something else when they brought luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor? I thought I was gonna die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. Really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you can confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is... why do we need to put a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend? More to the point, surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No. But if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there. I think it won't be for long. Anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'd be a breeze. Yes, what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. Tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. You done with the flashback already? We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? You're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together.
We'll leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murder.
No, I'm not a murderer.
Ah, you said before! You said you admitted everything about your crimes! By the way, just a quick disclaimer before we continue.
Yeah.
I have to say that I'm especially like a brief second or two delayed because of
Oh,
the
yeah.
screen, so
No, and that's understandable.
yeah.
I think the only way we could fix that is if I decide to. I don't know if sharing my screen will help, especially.
It probably
considering-
actually would be better.
Well,
I don't know
but
if
the
you
problem
can
is I don't
stream
know.
with it, though.
I
That's
don't-
key.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is like because like I would have to use my capture thing. You know what I'm talking about? Because obviously this is off my TV. This ain't off of like a thing. So
Wait a minute, is it like off your PS4?
yes, but I don't
Yeah.
use the streaming source of that. But no, if I use the game capture, that actually might work. But like, yeah, this might actually help better because I understand that you have a delay. So if you go to Discord and check that, that might work better. We can see if it does. If it doesn't, you know, hey, we tried. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend?
No one else could have done it. Admit the truth.
Oh yeah, no, you responded way faster then, so yeah, Discord's the way to go, man.
Yeah, it is.
There we go, we found the loophole. Long as,
Somehow.
hey, if it works, you know?
Yeah.
Can't say no. Susato-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There is something I would like to ask of you, too. Those eyes. Looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Let's figure out Cosmos. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. Think I did it? I think I'm Cosmo's killer. You know, because it's not bad enough that you get tried for the first trial. I'm gonna get tried for the second trial as well. God damn. Apparently, the ancestor of Phoenix Wright really had a really bad time.
Apparently.
Yeah. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit could have escaped these four walls. What? To put it another way, the culprit could only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. Cause of death is still undetermined. You don't know how he died? The ship's doctor examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means There are no obvious external signs of injury. That's true, yes. About the incident. Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Cosmo? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. How do you say you were here in the cabin after all? Well, yes I was, but... He'd always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. Could sense that he wouldn't. I mean, he was already dead when Tsuno-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Ta-dum! There was Kazuma-san, collapsed on the floor. Ugh. The white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's very hard to believe. It was all very hard to believe for me too. Trust me. But I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Head feels so heavy. Oh, throbbing like anything. Oh shit, okay, here we go, more questions. Are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Cosmo, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that. I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, center of the world, in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. Look in his eyes, then. darker than I've ever seen it before. Zato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. I know Kazuma-sama. I expected he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. We're perfect, in fact. And now about last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Hamza brought me something to eat, just like he always did. Then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep? Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. He was knocked out. Well, yes? I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up. Then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. But for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? No, it's... Please, forget it. Zato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it! I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Don't understand. Why did this have to happen? Ugh. Can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. Can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. Now I'm supposed to just sit around? Hands tied? Whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Oh, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life. Now, why they did it. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. So that happened. I think I just got my ass whooped by a woman. Don't you agree, Kermit?
That moment when you get your ass kicked by a woman,
Yeah.
and she just sits over you with my fierce look in your head and in her eyes, like you're not gonna get up.
Nope, you ain't, bitch.
Like she's some dominatrix.
Yeah. What the? That was a Susanoo takedown. Susanoo what? The martial art form is that? I need you to prove it. Sorry. Prove it? Also, even though I gave you, like, distinctions of, like, you're the judge and the prosecutor, that doesn't mean I'm gonna push maybe some witnesses on you. Because it'd probably be more interesting to have both of us do, like, because this has multiple witnesses. So it might be interesting to do that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. expect me to present some conclusive evidence. Like, you know, with any type. Oh, I can't. I have an empty. No! Anyways, I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Shit, I'm gonna assume the paper seal. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always puts it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or the crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Okay. Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you killed that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's possible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are a sprawled hope... God, I can't read words today, apparently. Like always. Even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-san thought so highly of you. Thank you, Sato-san? Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating here, at least. Thank you. Do you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. But I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Does she think I am a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. Do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. We finally get to the... God damn it. I'm waiting to get the investigation part. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I'll be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. Wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Oh, because you know, clearly gonna break a bottle like a goddamn English woman. Right.
Personally, I think she's really stupid.
I mean, you can't really blame her.
I mean, Japanese culture's always been really superstitious and all that. I get that. For as long as Japan has been a thing.
Uh-huh.
But still,
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta look at the facts as you see them. It's not some, you know, Ryosuke or some mage from an RPG. They can just summon fire at will
Yeah.
or summon dead bodies.
Yeah. It's still funny, though. Well, anyways, I should make a start investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I'll avenge your death.
Good boy.
Alright, yeah, here comes the actual, like, other part of the main game. Is obviously I can examine the room. Let's examine this bullshit here. What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. Looks like a cute little Itsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Not sure this sounds like Cosmo. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him. Would he?
Unless he was stealing a girlfriend.
That or it's, you know, probably how this game's gonna be. This is the killer.
Yeah.
From their outfit, like, got destroyed. Because who knows if there... I assume there was a struggle because of the fact of the tipped over ink bottle.
Well, plus the fact that there's like some Russian written there
Yeah, it's
on the
really
floor.
Yeah, considering Cosmo wrote Russian? That's interesting, too. Anyways, and the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? Sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. The color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in this cabin. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh? What's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused, I forget to look around properly. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruto-san? Oh, it's basically telling me that you can look more of the room than what you're seeing.
Which is a good thing.
It's just a tutorial telling you, hey, look, you know, look thoroughly around. Let's investigate all corners of the cabin. That's all that is just a tutorial telling you, hey, don't just look at this one screen, move it to the side.
You don't want to have game internal vision.
Mm-hmm. That just, because that's been part of the game since I think in the first game, I think.
Basically, to tell you to not have game internal vision.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my vision has been rather small until now.
Interstate blindness, I guess you can say. That's what they say.
Yeah, no, it just... Okay, no, I love that. Oh, that's a nice quality of life change. Oh, that's a nice quality of life change. I didn't realize they did that. That is awesome. They actually put a check mark at what I've already examined. Oh, that's a nice quality of life change.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that wasn't in the other games, so this is a nice quality of life change that they've done.
It's a nice little change, basically.
Oh yeah, because it basically, because like especially when you're trying to investigate everything, because the way the game goes is you have to investigate every little thing before you can get to the next sequence, basically, or at least I think you have to get all the important stuff. And so, like, especially in the old games when you're like trying to look and examine everything, like you would get to a point that you felt like you're stuck in a brick wall, and so you're just like scanning everything, and it's kind of annoying. That's nice. It's Cosmo-san's precious sword. Never went anywhere without it. Yes, he always was saying that a Japanese man, katana is the soul. I think he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Now he's gone. I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. And examine this plate with whatever this is. My dinner from last night, roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, be on the floor here? Not a dog. Zato's done. Hey, at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-san didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no! Does that mean... that Kazuma-san spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? Just too horrible.
And feminism marches on!
Yeah, right. I just only have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Cloth.
Yeah,
Doesn't
that's
look-
pretty much a quote from SAR Bridge, I believe.
Yeah. There's nothing on this table at all. Paint and cutlery all over the floor for some reason. Yes, strange. Last night when I went to sleep, everything was still... Oh, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Cosmo Sama? No, 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 no. Let's go
Can't
over
just go
to the
with
next side and figure out what I wanted to look at. Like this wording here. Did Cosmo write that before he died? I think it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. And I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. Almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments. Was he? I'm sorry, partner. I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto-san. But then, what language is it? Pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does that mean, I wonder? Alright, building bottle time. Very strange. Sorry. Very large traveling case, is it? Isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Yes, I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. Just turned over and over and over. Then what tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, less painful than a Susato takedown. That says anything. Like the desk. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary. Poor Kazuma didn't even make it to his destination. Looks as though his last entry is incomplete. Means what? He was in the middle of writing it when it happened? See what it says. Could be a valuable clue. Oh god. Nope. Can't read the diary. It's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Well, I just got uberly denied. Poor Kazuma-sama. Not like trying to appeal personal matters either.
I feel like that woman's not to be fucked with.
That probably sounds about right. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Check the wardrobe I was stuck in. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruto-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, taking this voyage in your own secret hideout. Trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I basically have to live in the wardrobe. Last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Oh boy. Let's see, check that. Check all this leftover stuff. What's it falling over on the shelf? Look. Okay. All toppled the same way. What's this? A statue of some god at the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked. Everything mowed down at once. Wonder if that's what his Cosmos is doing? His morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt that. Then perhaps was you Naruto-san in a fit of rage? Wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. The way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with this, I wonder? Well, set everything straight again. Let's see a mess. And check this thing. So much to investigate. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Bureau. Essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object? Or a pet? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, wasn't supposed to be in here. I think I've... well, other than that idea. This is, yes, a bell and cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? It sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for fully Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Or you know, there's investigation on foot. Also, I see this vent. Do you not see this vent? I think it's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Is that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, that's what it is. Looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. True. Perhaps so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough? Or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. Oh hey, look, it's Sherlock Holmes. I was wondering when that sucker was gonna show up. That wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he? You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruto-san, don't tell me. Really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. Something very unusual about it. Is he investigating Kazuma's desk? Is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we must simply talk with him. I just imagine it. What is Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, you press X on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. You're telling me tutorial stuff. Alright, then I'll get this officially tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do! So just gonna let you be Herlock Sholmes because I'm speaking way too much?
Alright.
Excuse me? I tell you you can speak Herlock Sholmes and he doesn't say shit.
Basically.
That's great. Excuse me, do you have a moment?
This is a critical point in my investigation.
Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Oh, hi.
Greetings! I hope I haven't.
It's all good. That
Hell,
shit
now I
happened.
know how you feel.
Yeah, I know. When they do the immediate stuff, it's like, oh, I guess I couldn't speak. Yeah, that's why it's like you just have to roll the punches in this game. What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now?
Yeah. I see. Satan.
Sorry? What do you see? Feels like he's looking right through me.
Oh yes, everything's clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I presume. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Oh my god, Japanese guys, you've been in Afghanistan, haven't you?
Afghanistan?
Yeah, out of all of the things.
When has Roscoe been in the desert with Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, right, like, oh my god. Ooh, Jesus, sorry. What?
And now, when it's venturing towards foreign shines, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament.
Oh, well, that's true at least. But how?
How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining.
Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else?
Of course, a great many things. There's no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land to Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. Let me just put that in Data's voice.
I mean, I just find this funny, and I understand this is, you know, Herlock Sholmes is his name.
Yeah, and Data was a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, no, so
Trek.
I found out a little information. So, in the actual Japanese, at least from what I understood from what I was reading, in the actual Japanese game, if you read the lines, his name is actually Sherlock Holmes. But when obviously with it being ported over here, they had to swap the letters.
Yeah, because it would fall into copyright shit.
Yeah. So he's supposed to basically act like Sherlock Holmes throughout this entire game. Oh, but it's just so good.
It's like a weird steampunk kind of thing.
Yeah, no, that's the point. Like I was hearing his Victorian era with, you know, gears and stuff, so I'm like, oh, steampunk, and I saw his look and I'm like, I'm already gonna like this character just by the look, knowing my look. And then I found out his name, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna love this character.
You leave 16 victims assassination wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower.
What the fuck? Alright, let's go.
And when the bed be ribboned, I can't do that one word there. Occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity. You ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. What?
Just to be clear, you are talking about me, are you?
Certainly I am.
Alright, let's go. I want to see how this rolls. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you see another in this cabin that fits this bill? Fits the bill, Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name?
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why I'm gonna do this.
Ooh, no, he's gonna be a great character, because from what I've seen, like, video-wise of, like, the stuff they've shown, he will become the assistant to the defense eventually. From what I understand, from what I've seen videos.
So, like the inspector from the previous case. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be like the assistant to Ryunosuke eventually. Maybe not this case, because, you know, obviously the way they introduced, but from what I understood, he will actually help the defense eventually. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he works. I don't even see one person who fits the bill. So it's true? It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama? What? And your plan
and why is you believing this fool?
It's gotta be because the fact of, like, what her line says is, like, you don't know who this is? So, like, she knows that it's quote-unquote Sherlock Holmes, a great, you know, investigative...
A great Sherlock Holmes, basically. We're just basically talking about Sherlock Holmes at this point, because it's literally Sherlock Holmes he's portrayed. This person is playing as.
Yeah, it's supposed to be portrayed like that way.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, it's like, you know, if you don't know who this person is, what? Yeah, he's like basically what is considered like a great detective? Is he?
Also, Sato. What the fuck, girl?
Yes, Susato, I know.
You're
right?
smarter than this.
Apparently not. Let's just continue. It's shameful behavior, Naruto-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way I... Oh shit, here I go again. On the floor. Fuck. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. That's the third time I've been slammed onto the ground. My back might be broken at that point. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head.
Ah, but was I not right? With venturing towards foreign chimes, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not?
Well, yes, maybe.
Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm?
Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it abduction. It's more plain observation.
True. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. And science, too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Factual statement there. My method is found upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brass certitude. And more often than not, I'm right.
Huh. I don't think you introduced yourself.
Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the great detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The inimitable Sherlock Holmes.
Finally reveals the
Sherlock
name.
Holmes for this board because that was a word scram I do not want to fuck with.
Just try to keep it Sherlock Holmes for reasons, you know?
Yeah,
Try
no,
to,
but I'm
at
just gonna
least.
call him Sherlock Holmes because that's basically what he is in this game.
Well, yeah, but, like, you know, it's one of those things you want to try to keep it to where it's actually going to go by his name, so try your best to try to, you know, say Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but that was a word scramble. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I know it can be tough for some people, but it's just one of the things, like, try. If you don't, it happens, but, you know.
Well, if I don't get used to it, I'm just gonna call him Sherlock Holmes. How's that sound?
I mean, you could... That can happen, but it's just one of those things you gotta be careful about what names you say sometimes.
Yeah, I
you know?
will. I will be
So.
careful. It's just that it's kind of obvious who this person is.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure for a lot of people it's obvious, but again, there's reasons for the name change. Anyways, so it's really you, the actual Sherlock Holmes.
The very same, the inimitable, actual Sherlock Holmes. Plus, Sherlock is like weird sounding.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it definitely is weird sounding, but
It's like if you actually, I don't know if I should say this on stream.
if you don't know if you should say it on stream, it's probably
I'm
best
not gonna
to
say it then. I
Yeah,
think it's
like,
gonna go
if
to that default.
you're unsure about
I'm
it,
not
don't
gonna
say it. That's always
just know it
a good
involves
plan.
the opposite sense here.
Yeah, right.
Just know that much.
Anyways, do you know this man, or sorry, ooh, I went to my female voice, didn't mean to. You know this man, Suzato-san? The most famous detective in the world, Naruto-san? Of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? You must ask him what he deduced. He'll have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Okay, I guess I get to converse with the Mr. Sherlock Holmes. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again?
Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I see. You're German? Sherlock, is it?
No, I have no her. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Holmes. You can read all about my sports in cited London publication.
Oh yes, Grandis Magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have a sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then? Wait, hold on. Back it up.
Fourth wall break-in? What the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's the factor of this guy is, like, just pretending to be the short story dude, and he's not actually, like,
Wait,
the actual
hang
guy in the
on.
short story.
Wait a minute, back up. So, I think it's real as good as I said breaking fourth wall here.
It probably. But
That's what it sounds like it with just that one sentence, just that one question.
yeah, right. But I'm wondering because
I'm actually
either
gonna have to give me some
they
Sherlock
either
Holmes
made it where
books.
this guy is actually, you know, supposed to be the quote unquote real Sherlock Holmes, or he's just a guy that just happens to have the same name or something, and he's just basically pretending to be the guy in the short story.
To be honest, though, I've always liked Sherlock Holmes. I'm not gonna lie there.
Ooh,
He's
yeah.
he's up there along with Batman and other fictional characters.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely a great read and all that. But I'm just wondering if how this is gonna turn out now, because I'm wondering if this is supposed to be the actual dude or if it's just a guy pretending to be the dude in the story. That's gonna be interesting if that ever gets revealed.
Yes, let's see what happens.
Very cool.
Indeed, I am.
And you read so many of your own stories, you started to think that you really are a detective.
No mistake. I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards.
Backward?
My trusted biographer records my trusted biographer records my greatest detective achievements and chronicles them in the magazine.
You have a biographer? Do you?
Isn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London.
But, you know, he's not clearly dead. Dr. Wilson?
Hey, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Now at this very moment, I am returning information, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown.
Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or...
Down.
Yeah, right.
Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form.
A science? Really?
The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Basically, he's citing body language, basically.
Yeah.
Fingernails, arms, sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data.
Funny enough, though, when he says that, it reminds me of, and this might be a reference to the Apollo Justice game, where Apollo Justice had the ability to detect with his band little like intricacies people would do, like an eye twitch or something that you had to find during their like cross examinations when they talked. Really, really cool game mechanic they did with Apollo.
Yeah, and another thing, body language is also can be used in the core of law in real life, as a matter of fact, but not when the subject, not when the victim or the suspect is mentally ill. Because when you're mentally ill, you kind of
That yeah when they
can actually mimic guilt.
Yeah,
And it's
that's where
not
they have
really
to...
good for a person like
Oh
that.
yeah, because like, you know, they could be innocent, but because of their illness, they can't help it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those things where it's used half and half in the courtroom. Just depends on whether or not the person's mentally ill or not.
Yep.
If they are, then body language evidence just goes out the window. Just goes out the hot dog.
Oh yeah, for reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, for good reasons.
Uh-huh. Right.
And the trade logician makes deductions from this plain data in the blink of an eye. I'm actually getting into it because I'm actually liking this dude.
I know, I love this character too! Oh my god, I love this character!
The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago.
How can
Why
you look me
do
in
I-
the eye and
why-
claim that?
Why did I tip my hat like that? That was funny.
No, it's Herlock Sholmes, let's just go with that.
Yeah, let's just go with that, yes. So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction. I'm fame!
Ooh, Jesus.
That is what makes the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Did I say that right?
Well, I think the HER is supposed to be hair. Like, because
I probably
German.
said that completely wrong. I'm so
It
sorry.
probably, but it's fine. But I like when I'm thinking about it personally, like when I think about like because they were talking about German, so it would be like hair.
Well, plus at the same time, there's like Russian written on the floor.
Yeah, which that almost is kind of like a weird tick to me because like, and the only reason why I say that is because Kazuma knows British, he knows English, and he knows Japanese, but does he know Russian? That's the one thing that's kind of a, does he? Does he not?
I don't think that was him that did that though. I think it's probably the killer.
Probably. It's probably gonna go that, but it's obviously gonna be one of those
Because
things
from what
that-
we know from Kazuma during the first case, we know that he's multilingual, but he does not speak Russian
yeah, we only know
or
right
read
now-
Russian or write Russian. So he,
Yeah, the only
he
thing
can
we
do-
know is he obviously knows Japanese, and he obviously knows at least English to an extent.
Yes.
But anything else, we just don't know unless something gets revealed that he knows.
Well, yeah. So basically, to better correct it, it's more like he's bilingual, basically,
Yes.
English
Oh.
and Japanese.
If he knows Russian, then obviously that makes him multilingual, but we don't know
Yeah.
if he does or not.
But we don't know for sure either.
Anyways,
That could have been made by the killer.
Kazuma's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet?
Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Well, who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right! It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, I see. And the words. I am in these now because of him.
And now I'm very guilty.
Yeah. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all of the crew members to force the cabin doors open.
And I concealed myself among the number and gained an entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit to Mr. Hirondo. Naruhodo.
Naruhodo. I only know that-
Naruhodo.
I only know that because of the fact that
No, I'm sorry. I just had
it's all good. The only reason why I know that is because
know.
even though I
See,
played the
Japanese for some reason when it's in English form like it is, kind of makes me
Oh.
tongue tied with some of the words.
oh, it's all good. I just know it because even though I played the games in English, or when the anime came out. I believe the first episode I watched, like the first couple episodes I watched in Japanese, and I obviously because like the last name is the same last name for Phoenix, so I just know how to say it. Ugh.
The very moment when he dies in the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me.
Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Oh god, here we go. Two facts. What were the two facts we gotta know? Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please, what two facts were you apparent to when you came into the cabin this morning?
Ah, yes, but first let me be precise. Let's be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes. Sorry.
It's all good. Yes, I understand. But what were they?
Allow me to elucidate. I don't even know what that word is.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like, I'm reading that, I'm like, what is that word?
The two facts I deduced from a near momentary glance at the scene of crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape to comfort out of question.
Except for there's that ventilator.
There's like a ventilation thing right there.
Yeah, like, can that be moved somehow?
Most likely.
Yeah, because that'd be the only other way for them to get out. Because otherwise, it would also depend if like they tested if it was bolted. If it's bolted, obviously it can't move. But probably the way they're gonna go, it's not gonna be bolted.
2. The victim was questioned and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance.
Okay.
Has
Okay,
Twilight
no,
Show
I
never
know,
heard of
I'm doing
Japan?
this. I'm doing this.
Bruh,
Just, no.
bruh, 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 bruh.
You can't deduce the fact that they're not Russian. Anyways, hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian?
Excuse me. Observe the diary message left by the victim on the floor. I'm not gonna pronounce that. That is the Russian word for wardrobe.
I wouldn't expect you to try to pronounce that. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian?
In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian.
You know, to be fair,
even
like,
I'm not this.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, to be fair, what he's saying for in the final is that many find their native tongue filling their heads. That's not wrong.
No,
But
it's
obviously,
not.
we
But-
as the player know he's not native to Russian. That's one of the beautiful things about this game is like we already know he's Japanese. So what you're saying is correct. He should have written Japanese.
Yeah.
Kazuma Russian? Was he?
Initially, I considered Gutter Bob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. In the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong to look inside the wardrobe there, at least.
Where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly?
So, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer.
Why is it that I'm Russian too?
I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you are acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people.
They're
This is
school
never been to
outfits.
Japan.
They're school outfits. Oh, okay. Alright. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong.
I took a photograph of the victim and the message, but I might analyze it for possible hidden details.
This was taken immediately after the young... Oh, that's your...
This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed.
Yes. Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this.
Talk about being a heavy sleeper.
Yeah. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Oh, yes. Thank you. Alright, that is added to the court records. Ask you something, Mr. Jones.
What? Pray?
You mentioned Russian. I'm sorry. You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? No, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that.
I used to turn the reason that led me to the truth.
Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me? Do you think?
Certainly, if it interests you.
How many times? Not Russian. I don't speak Russian. Your deduction just now. Can we talk about your deductions before? Things you concluded about me, I mean?
Ah, now the famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, a merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Revolutionary Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
That clearly looks like Ryunosuke. Clearly.
I don't. You don't have a beard.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I got your sarcasm then, sorry. This
Yeah,
vessel
you're good.
made a port call in Shanghai yesterday. And last night, a young Russian was murdered.
When was Kazuma a Russian? Sounds like Mr. Jones has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was about the reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain, Bolshevik.
No. How could it be me? Who look anything like this man? Just look at his face.
Well, you're an artificial revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well.
Oh boy. Please.
And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's press release. Can I say more?
Well, it's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Ah, yes, journalists creatively demand and printed artist particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far, and those he has plotted. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? What about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan?
It's correctly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in the war-torn region of Afghanistan.
Well, now.
That actually broke fourth wall a little bit there. The modern history. Not gonna say anything more. So we were wow, in the United States.
Yeah, right.
It's-
Where even is this, anyways? This Afghanistan place.
Here, take the paper for yourself. As a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you?
I absorbed all that is interest to me within its pages by seeing a rubbish bin nearby.
How about the revolutionary been added to the court records?
And you may find the article on the back of the on the back page of interest as well.
On the back.
Cash out over it sometime if it interests you. Though you may need someone to interpret.
All written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two? Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of intermission break right now, because I obviously kind of, drinking water here and there,
Yeah, all that talking is gonna do shit.
Oh yeah, well, it's just drinking water. Plus, I actually decided to actually have a little bit of a drink, too.
I mean, I got Lay's party-sized potato chips right here beside me.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I will be back. I'm just taking a little bit of break. I will be back in momentarily. All right, guys, I am back. You been enjoying your chips there?
Party size classic Lay's, yes.
Oh yeah, that does sound good. All right, so let me switch back to the live screen.
I want to let's go back to the intermission because I gotta get me another.
Oh, you gotta get
the Sprite.
get your Sprite, man.
Oh, I will.
Get going. We gotta continue. It's all good. You go. I can get a little more intermission while you go get your drink. It's all good. All right. Anybody in that chat? Anybody wanna talk and say how your day's been going? While I wait for my good old moderator buddy to come back so we can continue. Alright. Oh man, I love this series so much. Love it.
Hey!
Oh, don't die, man.
Okay.
I can't have you die on
That
me.
was a horrible saying. And when I'm saying, well,
I can't have you dying on me, man.
I think the great Herlock Sholmes is now dying.
Okay, anyways, so now you're back to the live stream?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Yeah, no, you're good. Alright. Get all that out of your system.
Yeah, I gotta get out of it out of the system.
Yeah.
Let me get this Sprite in me.
Yeah. Alright, so before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, were you?
Kazuma? Ah yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Desktop.
Yeah.
I know that for computers.
Yeah, no, like obviously desktop's computer, but like if you think about like actual like a desk, top of it is called desktop as well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason behind that.
We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary.
London Diary.
You're good. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Oh, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people.
Weirdly enough, it's a little more salty than I remember the Lay's being.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree on that one.
Ridiculous, it's been a long time since I had Lay's.
Oh yeah. You got a line, bud, just to let you know. Unless you did say it, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no. Tragic!
It's like, I didn't know if you said it or not. I'm like, did you? Or did
Tragic!
my ears were just playing weird stuff on me?
Yeah, I know. It's something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I don't know a smattering of Japanese.
Hold up. Hold.
Don't.
He knows a smattering of Japanese. He knows a smattering of Japanese, but then believes that the victim is Russian. Let's go. Let's go. Gosh darn, man. Anyways, oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what his auto takedown is. Except for he's not. Zato-san, aren't you gonna throw Detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naharu-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair.
It sure is. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the offer was cut short. Tell me, what's the nature of the writing? Try be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
It's smattering, dear boy, smattering.
AKA, he knows some Japanese, but not all of them.
Sayonara! Banzai! Mikado! Nadinado! A treasure suitably interested.
Huh.
Like I said, bonsai sounded like something else.
Yeah.
World War II pilot going into a allied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Banzai!
Yeah.
Oh, But this
Jesus.
diary is weird with complicated looking characters which I can read precisely none.
What was all that showing off about before then? If you've been so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm much obliged, my dear madam. Also, I know I'm an idiot.
I mean, it happens, so. Anyways, the final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. Whistling sound.
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
Second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. Looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. Never heard that expression before.
Great. The man was presumably referring. To the left is still on the wall, which connects to the Jordan cabin.
Yes, the adjoining cabin. Diary of entered in the court records. Woohoo!
So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being, at least.
Ah, you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still too alone, his seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose.
I can imagine myself being seasick on a ship. Like, imagine me just bombing off the side of a cruise ship.
Oh, I know. My thing is, I've been on me and my, I think it was my grandparents at the time. We went somewhere and we were on like on a cruise ship, but it didn't go like days out on end. It was just a little cruise
I've
that
never
went
been
in
on a
a
cruise
small
before.
circle. It was very interesting, but like I obviously wasn't. We weren't out at sea for long, so I can't really say if I would be or not.
Did you ever travel anywhere else? Let's say to maybe Utah or Colorado, like road trips and all that.
Yeah,
We were, huh?
being out on road trips.
You've been on road trips like to California and Texas and all that.
We've been on road trips because my family, I've got family in Tennessee.
Ah.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
I've been on road trips. It's not like super like. I can't even think. It wouldn't have been like like 6 hours or so. I mean, it was a good couple hours, but it wasn't like 6 hours. Never had
Ah,
anything like
okay.
that. Anyways,
Well, I have a best friend, and she's actually been all over the darn country, road tripping all day with her preacher father and her adopted and her mother, I believe. I think it's their biological. I can't really pinpoint if her parents are biological or adoptive, but she
Right.
looks nothing like her parents.
Yeah,
So it's a possibility. It's a stern possibility.
yeah.
And consider that the preacher is consider our father's a preacher. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Ugh. We're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I tend to investigate. History will become clear soon.
Do you think perhaps we could go with you?
No. That would be somewhat complicated.
What? But why?
It sympathizes your wrist to reveal the insult.
Oh, geez.
After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter.
There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place.
Whatever do you mean? I've never recognized naming you as a culprit at any point.
You must be joking. You, and you just said it, only a moment ago.
Sorry, got a little hungry there from the rails. Dear me, you are clearly misguided him. I will have no cause to say such a thing. Oh god, the tsundere in this.
Oh, Jesus, don't even go there. Don't even go there. Anyways. Well, actually, Mr. Holmes, did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal. You know? Not really.
So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Great detective you are.
Hmm. Why? He was only looking at his knees? That makes no sense. If you go look at a man who you think did the crime, actually, look at the damn face.
Yeah, I know, right? Like... oh, Jesus.
Well, anyway, that was then, and this is now.
What do you mean?
What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, you must play the part more convincingly. Go over and accept your fate.
Now he's just being plain rude.
Why though?
Yeah, right. Anyways, off he goes, having just laughed in my face. Sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
I mean, I have a dark sense of humor too. I guess that's where I get that from.
Oh my god, no, it's just that last line. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Mm-hmm.
Alright then. Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for? Hmm? You must go investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these?
Shit.
The fuck? What is that, the 4th time today? We haven't even gotten to the court trial. I've been thrown on my back
Damn.
4
When
times.
are they gonna marry now?
Jeez. Anyways, after Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just gonna roll over and accept your fate? You gave me any choice in the rolling over part.
I mean, she never gave him a choice to begin with.
I think we still have some investigating to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me. There are still things I can do to help myself. I went to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the culprit to justice. Alright.
If Sailor comes up again, I'm just gonna be like, "Yo, what is this up to this hizzle?"
You're right. So I think
I'm trying to do it like in a really Russian tone, I guess.
you can try, but I don't expect that from anybody else.
I don't expect that either, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like,
Just
I'm not saying don't try, but like, you know, I obviously am gonna be one of the few that won't expect you to get it, because sometimes trying to do stuff like that is, I think I do have to talk to him, but I'm trying to look and see if there's any, well, I should probably leave it. When I wait for help, and the crewmen forced the door open, this bolt has been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt, and particularly not sturdy. And it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin. That's no wonder everyone suspects me. He glares at me like that. I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, it's quite a trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There'd be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Oh hey look, it's a new dude. Oh, look over there.
Oh hell no!
Wait, hold up. Hold on. Hold up. Frame, glasses. It's the undercover inspector, isn't he? The crewmate, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. But I suppose I could try.
Oh.
I bet you 10 to 1 because I like the frame and the glasses make me think it's the inspector.
Oh no!
Is that something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. It is! It fucking is! Let's go! Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir? Yes, what can I do for you? It fucking is!
It is! Yay! We get some help here.
It's the
What is it,
inspector! Recognize that
Who said
face.
that's our ass?
Oh my god, this is gonna be like, I wonder if this character is going to be the similar character to, like, Detective Gumshoe. I wonder if he's gonna be that reoccurring kind of Detective Gumshoe character type. Not exactly
If he
like him.
is, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna be exact because the way Detective Gumshoe worked is he's the like chief police force that helped with the prosecutor. So he's not obviously gonna be exactly like that, I would assume, but he's probably gonna be like that type of recurring character, being the inspector, police chief inspector dude. Recognize that face, but it can't be. No, it's him, clearly.
Yes,
It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Hello again.
Her has a her.
Actually, you should probably do his lines. I just realized you should probably do the inspector lines too.
All right.
Only because me trying to do both the female and my normal voice is really fucking killing me. Goddamn.
It's fine. I got plenty of stuff to spare.
Yeah. Yes. What are you doing here?
I think that should be Madeline. I was so stunned when I saw you. My heart stopped.
Nearly stopped. I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board a ship.
Again. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask.
Never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out in this... Oh, sorry. Help me out of this hopeless situation. Special orders. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
Dot.
Can't say. Is that the reason?
I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility.
For what?
Walter's word to act as
So
okay, let me restart over on that. That was a bit of a word scramble there for me.
Yeah.
My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard.
That's Kazuma's last name, I believe. So he was to act as a bodyguard.
Yeah, it was his last name because
Shit, he fucked up.
Nondo.
Yeah. He fucked up.
Oh yeah.
He fucked up big
Big
time.
That moment when you fuck up big time,
Yeah.
and now you got found out who fucked up, and now you got found out who killed your fuck up.
Yeah.
It was Minister of Justice Jingoku. Jingoku.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just gonna call him Goku. That was a word salad for me. I'm just gonna call it Goku. Who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead? Basically, Goku just went ahead and just be like, "Ah!
Yup.
You will go on this overseas study tour, and you will do this."
Yup. Right, he just screams in the middle of it, just ah!
No, I got to see him on the toilet doing that, like, ah! And he trusted me with Shona Asogi-san, reached Great Britain without being assassinated.
Assassinated? But how could that even have been a possibility?
My goodness, what the fuck has the Asogi clan been doing? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Goku said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Obviously, we couldn't give Ahsoka-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
Kinda obvious there, though, don't you think?
A little bit.
I mean, it kind of explains itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's self-explanatory. You're undercover, you're supposed to be a blend in with the crew. I didn't take my eyes off him for the entire time. We've been on board, from morning till night every day. But I never imagined it would happen here. Inside his own cabin. Not here on the first class deck. Wait, what? He was trying first class?
Yeah, apparently he's on
That's
first
actually
class.
that was actually very expensive back then.
Mm-hmm.
That's like rich level.
Yeah, like, for him to get that, woo.
Whew, like in today's prices, it would be like $200,000 a room.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be up there. Yeah, no, it'd be up. Yeah, no, it'd be up there. And the fact is, but granted, it was also a factor that the reason for him going to there was because like it was kind of a governmental thing. So possibly the government helped him out with that one.
Most likely, I failed miserably at my assignment, and Ahsoka-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I could do is humbly apologize.
Inspector.
Also, I'm not a fucking retard. I should have had something in the cabin as well.
Ah.
So, is there's anything at all I can do to help now? Just say the word. Yeehaw!
Mission to investigate. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves.
I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer.
Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, but we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
... I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, that stubborn-looking seaman there will surely snap your neck in two.
So, I tried to escape, I'm going to die anyways. I suppose, I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well.
That's that one detective. Would it be possible to give me something to work with? Do you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive.
What do you mean?
If I have solid reason why the Nestor cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do it I couldn't persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
Damn! But I don't see how... There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already have in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. It was like, okay, I'm not reading that fucking bullshit like that. Just telling me how to fucking play the game. Evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think might know what we can use, and then present with a piece of evidence. Do I need to? I think I need to back out, and I have to. Yeah. Probably the diary.
What's that?
It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange? In what way?
He wrote, "It looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill."
A speckled band? That is strange.
Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is...
Don't tell me the veil learner, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
As a Inspector should. The ventilator clearly joins to the next cabin door, to the next door cabin. So I'm afraid we don't have central heat and air in this ship, so you're gonna have to, so you'd be safe to go for the ventilators.
Yeah, awesome. That's right. So we can investigate in there. Might be able to work out what this speckled band was.
Dot dot dot. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive to the next port. The cabin's giving me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Yes, as long as you don't leave the first class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though.
But what about the captain? You going against his direct orders?
I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I've had to keep a Sogasan safe. This is the least I can do. Also, I need to wipe my mouth a little bit, thank you.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. And then I can finally actually exit the area. And then it always, yeah, it does this stuff. So like in, and then there. Passage the connect to the first class cabin on the SS Bird. Hi, January 7:48 a.m. This period, first class cabin passageway. Whew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in the first class cabin. Yeah, yep. Obviously, because the government's basically, having to do the cultural thing. So.
Well, yeah.
Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. Another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second class accommodation. I was making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Us. Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I thought you'd be used to the ship by now. Been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. Ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. Must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. So we obviously need to get into that door. Okay? But I see this mousetrap here. Huh, a trap cat for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. But they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. Made from the milk of cows. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. Hey, Naruto-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But, suppose you're right. You weren't actually gonna try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Or you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Apparently, I've been starving.
Basically, Rosuke was going to end up starved to death before he ever got to port anyways.
From
So
what it
this
sounds
burger
like.
was perfect.
Right, like, this is like a plan of the SS Bureau. It shows each deck. Look. The Bureau is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. But a marvel of engineering. It's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruto-san. It is. Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. Islands of Japan?
It's called buoyancy.
Oh yeah, but, like, do they entirely understand that
Mm-hmm.
in this day and age? And I mean entirely, because, wooden ships would be a thing, but metal ships? And considering metal is, you know, of a more sturdier, but
Let's
it's
say
also
metal
more
ships
heavy.
were found in the late 18th, late 19th, or early 20th century. Now, if I'm not mistaken, during the Revolutionary War, we had submersible ships back then. Those submersible ships, but they will only go for like a few hundred feet below, like maybe 50 to 100 feet below the surface of the water, and they'll even then it will last like 30 minutes to maybe an hour underwater. So you have to really pour it in there.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Because, I mean, considering, yeah, but at the same time, would everybody know about that? That's definitely a hard thing to say, especially considering the time frame they're putting this in.
Yeah.
So. Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. Well, I suppose so. Go. Can we see?
So no mention of buoyancy, okay?
Yeah.
Even though buoyancy was long established before the 19th century, I believe.
Yeah.
Because you had to make ships from buoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Hard to say because of like the angles they're going with in this. That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pin next to it. Yes, that looks like the ship's log. So we have a look through it? Little look through it? Writing so neat and precise, every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. Don't expect a rough and ready sailor to be have such beautiful handwriting. And nothing, reaction at all. Then I might appreciate the compliment.
I don't think you appreciate from an accused murderer.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, given to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Let's talk to Big Gumbo guy here. Excuse me, but could I ask you something?
You little stowaway murderer!
That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class ladies' maid!
Oh,
What the fuck was that?
I have no clue. You seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san.
I mean, like, what is a third-class ladies' maid? I am not a sailor. My mother gave me name. Broken English for the win.
Yeah, right.
I am Sea Crewman Briv Stroganov.
Biff Stroganoff. What the
Stroganoff.
Yeah. Biff Stroganoff.
Oh no. Oh no, why did... Oh no!
Dude, their naming conventions for names is pretty good, and that's just...
You know, the funny thing is I had lasagna version of Beef Stroganoff just a couple nights. So this actually fits with the bill, and I got like a twin pack of double Beef Stroganoff sitting on the top of the fridge.
That's great.
This actually fits.
Yeah, I know, it's so good. Anyways. Ooh, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
Here we are on the funnest part of Bermuda steamship for very important reasons.
Sort of very important person.
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret. Many important persons. Did I say reasons? I meant to say persons.
You probably did, and it's art. I thought I said reasons too, so don't be wrong. It might have said reasons. It might have said persons. We don't know. Anyways.
It might have been just.
Actually, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, no, for very important persons. So we just read that.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So I we both horribly.
We
misread
both
that.
clearly misread that. Anyways.
This is why I'm guarding this place. And this is why I'm so beefy and so much of a beefcake.
Yeah. Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean. A Stroganoff is not animal.
Thank you.
English. Alice.
Well, no, I think what it is because it's
400.
supposed to. Well, I think the other thing is because it's all these seamen people are Russian, so when you think
Yeah.
of Russian, how they like with their accent. So I think if you actually were to think of their accent, that's why but Stroganoff is not animal, like it would fit. But you have to think of that like stereotypical Russian.
If you really want to put it into historical terms, yeah, they probably wouldn't know a lick of Japanese or English or anything back then in Russia. So I was because it was still ruled by the I guess the kings and queens of whatever they called them at that time.
Yeah, but it's also
I
because
can't remember what they called them.
Yeah, but it's also
Before
like because of the accent too. So when you think about that, that's probably why it would kind of slightly fit in that. Anyways.
Yeah.
I may. I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asagi's currently occupied?
I'm not going to pronounce that.
No, I'm trying to think of the actual wording because I think in Russia it'd be like da.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely hard. I mean, I think it's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be da, but obviously because like we're not supposed to technically understand Russian, that's why they have the weird symbol for it. But I think that's what it's supposed to basically represent.
You know what? Let me do this instead. Hang on. There.
Alrighty then. Anyways, Suzato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. Yeah, no, I was right. It was.
I'm a fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Like it's like if you think of Russian when they say like yes, they say
Well,
da.
see, I thought it was da too, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to say because of the weird look
The
of
weird,
the D.
yeah, the weird symbol they did for it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
kind of
Like it was like an old English kind of word.
Right, well,
they're
they're doing that for the fact to try to represent that they don't understand the language, just like with the first case with the English woman when she was speaking actual like Queen's English.
But
they couldn't understand that. So
Queen's English. That's a good way of wording it.
that's what I think a lot. I think that's what she said in the case, and a lot of people actually since us in America and obviously in Britain we both have English, but we say things differently. A lot of people refer to when you talk about English in Britain, they call it the Queen's English.
Yeah. Well, I don't really refer to English like that. Just English is English to me.
Well, I think the reason they do that is because, like, I think one example is when they say biscuits, they don't mean biscuits. They mean cookies for us.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and I think that's why they always try to say like when they speak English, they say the Queen's English because that when they're
And
speaking
plus, in
that,
America, there's also regional differences where you would say soda, I would say pop.
Yeah.
Or
no,
Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah, there's stuff like that, but I think for those like little obvious differences because of obviously between America and Britain, that's why they always say where ours is English, theirs is the Queen's English. So that's
Plus, at the same time, if you say wanker in English, it actually makes it funny.
Yeah, right.
It's like a hilarious insult. But over there, it's an insult. It's strictly an insult over there. So if you call somebody a wanker, you're basically trying to insult them. But to me, it's like a weird kind of insult because it's actually funny the way they say it because because I think what I took from the translation is that it's an old word meaning to self-pleasure, basically.
that would probably sound about right for that.
Yeah! So it's like you just call someone a masturbation fiend.
Yeah. Yeah, the way things are. Anyways, I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius.
It's not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Alright, let's get through this questionnaire. Can you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? ...
His name is Mr. Grimsby Rowlett. He is very important Western gentleman.
Western gentleman named by Mr. Grimsby Rowlett.
Grimsby Rowlett. Does that sound like a Breaking Bad reference?
No, but I'm trying to, because it's either
like Rick
Grimsby
Grimes.
or Grimsby Roylott.
Grimsby?
I don't know. That's definitely a hard thing. A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murders of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Rowlett is an authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in loaded student from insignificant Far East Islands.
That was harsh.
Damn.
Can you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? ...
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time. I never once heard anything from the next door cabin. Or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since the gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, must be rather important, is that right?
Dot dot dot. That is not your business.
Oh, fucking last night then. Are you on watch here all the time, Human Stroganoff?
Oh god. Every time somebody says semen in this game, I think of yeah. You get it, don't you?
Yep. We're probably gonna hear that word probably a couple times because
Yeah.
you know how supposed
Yeah.
to be as a thing. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm supposed to talk about them, but my brain automatically goes to the more sensual version
oh yeah,
of it.
no, yeah, no. It happens to some of us. It happens to some of us, especially if you're with how minds work. But yeah,
Yeah, exactly. All time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, did you tell us anything about last night at all?
Dot dot dot. It is sad about Student Boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Dot dot dot. Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual?
Dot dot dot.
Nope. Don't know what that says. Zato-san, did you understand that? Okay then, well, it was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
You didn't hear any strange noises, or sense anything was wrong in some way?
I said no!
Sorry. Not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't.
I don't know.
Catch my
I
eye
think
for
I
a
might
moment
have
there.
put a little bit too much emotion into this.
I mean, that's kind of the charm about it, though, is like the emotions that they give off.
Yeah. I know, but if I hurt your ears, I'm sorry. If I hurt someone in the stream, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't mean to scream. I didn't mean to scream it like that out loud.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'm just
definitely
trying to
makes
get
it
into the emotional into the character of this person.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean, it does make sense.
His
I mean,
name, Doctor, for some reason, be Stroganoff. This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh,
It's time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
yes, all right.
Bulkhead to second class enter is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as English say, when the pigs fly.
Yes, I understand.
When pigs fly.
Good.
Imagine
We can
that'd be some
investigate
kind of
some-
weird acid trip.
Oh god, yeah, no, it's just. Anyways,
Just pigs, you're just sitting on a farm, you're high on acid, and you start seeing pigs just growing wings out of nowhere, start flying.
oh god, that'd be one day for somebody. Oh shit, but that shit's not good. That shit is not good.
It
at
would be
all.
a bad day.
Yeah, no, it would be the bad day for somebody. You don't do that shit. Anyways, good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. I guess I still need to like examine more stuff, like the door. Why do I examine the door? Anyways, that way it's the second class area of the ship. Something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
You're stuck on a ship.
Yeah, right. Might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reached for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Can't say words. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while causing this death for me.
Also, where are you going around on the ship?
Yeah, right. Wait, I can search this again? Look at the top of the table there, it's really huge. Oh, you didn't check mark. Hold on. Am I just going through the same dialogue? Yeah, no, I'm going through the freaking same dialogue. Oh, here we go. Anyways, look here. As long as most. Oh wait, nope, that's the same. Okay, now it's gone. It was weird. I could check that again, and it was still the same dialogue. That was really odd. What do you think this is? Very, but pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. Probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm? It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it sets its alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh. This I have to see. I'm glad I saw that line before it just cut off. Anyways. What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it. This is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. Huh. I wish everything would just stop. Ship included. You have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular. Oh wait, I totally was reading that in female voice. Oh my god. No, it's frickin' main character. Maybe whoever's in the cabin can help us solve the particular mystery. Let's ask. Isn't it Gomes? Right? Gomes went in there. Pretty sure he did. No answer. Out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. Oh, that was probably you, but go ahead.
I'm about to break the door down.
Mr. Sholmes!
I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I'll revel in kicking doors off their hinges.
Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted.
It doesn't. Then how to do is cut as fast as muscular urge. What prey can I kick?
I think you should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. January, SS Bureau. First class cabin, number 2.
Who? Who are you?
A Western gentleman? Man, looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream.
A woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's somebody but me in this cabin. Wait. Hold on.
True. This old man does appear to be the only person in here.
What?
But in that case, who just screamed?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. That man looks like the same man that was in that newspaper.
Yeah, no, clearly that was already like a.
Yeah, exactly. This was the same man.
Yeah, like you could be right. It probably might be, but
No, it looks exactly like him.
Oh yeah, so it's possibly him, but we don't know. Anyways, you have lines.
Get out, all of you! No! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Rowland, I believe. Yes, that's me. And you are? I'm the one and only Dasher Herlock Holmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. Get the fuck out of my room. I am a great detective among great detectives. One who adores the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I'm sure you may trust me completely.
Man uses that magazine like a business card.
A detective? I do not trust detectives. Now get the fuck out of my room! We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open the small traveling case? What? Don't be stupid. How can you fit a small trunk like that? What's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk?
Oh my fucking god, really?
Why? I can't believe I even heard those words.
It's quite fashionable. Because what? You've deduced that he was in the fucking trunk with the guy who has handcuffs?
I mean, if you think about it, like, Ryosuke wasn't just so much wrong.
Oh yeah, no. That's the point, is like, you know, it's fashionable because obviously the person who I found at murder was obviously being stowed away in the trunk. Okay.
Let's think about it, that's how stowaways are going for.
Don't look at me. Oh my! Did you see that, Mr. Naruto? Yes. The case just shook.
Leave! Now! Otherwise, I'll call Sturrid. Now get the fuck out of my room! Okay, bitches.
So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Royland.
I can't believe I had to earn it. That's a fucking like ghetto.
It's just great, man. Oh shit. Anyways, there's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. You know, maybe like a secret
kidnapped woman?
identity. That too. Maybe a woman as well. There might be a woman in the trunk. There's probably a woman in that bag. There might be one under the bed.
I mean, what surprised me, the man's a womanizer. It looks like a Russian womanizer from the 1800s.
You're right. Anyways, I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Fucking what? Oh, what?
He's in there now.
What the
Why?
Oh no, man.
This game is great.
Oh yeah, I know it is. It is so
fucking
good.
brain teasers all over the place. It's
Oh yeah,
great.
no, this is.
I
so
see what you
good,
mean
man.
by it's great.
Yeah, no, I've always liked Ace Attorneys because, like, it's not just the court cases. You do also investigations, and those can get really, really fun because the way that they design characters and the way that they make them talk and interact, and, you know, like, the way that they act upon everybody. Like, I remember this one where you go to a carnival, and I think it's, like, the newest guy, or not, maybe not the newest guy. But it's one of the attractions, like, and he's very popular with everybody, and everybody else is kind of like it. Kind of is a show hogger, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I believe that the point is like the ring leader or somebody dies, and they're blaming basically the guy who's stealing all the spotlight. Well, one of the guys you interact with is a clown, and you want to talk about this guy that's the clown. Oh my god, his interactions were great because he's just like nothing but like, you know, clown things. He does jokes, does the laughing and all that. Like it was just great to interact with. So, but yeah, and I know the game also sometimes will actually have it to where they have there's be like weird cases that happen. 'Cause I remember one. Also, it's about time, so I'm just gonna save here.
Yeah, just save it.
It's actually a good spot. I would rather do it on the to be continued spots, but there ain't no way I could do that with the time frame I put myself to. But that's fine. Anyways, let me get this going for a second here. I need that, and I also need this. Boop and boop. Get this calm music going here. But yeah, no. So like, it's more a factor that with a lot of these games, yeah, a lot of the games like these.
I have to say this one thing, and that is there is a thing that I typically like about these certain games that I've noticed about myself just recently, and I think just by talking with you, it's like it's a good kind of it's like a good kind of thrill because actually it's actually like a brain teaser, and I like brain teasers. They keep my brain healthy.
Yeah, no, especially because the fact that you investigate, you get you get all the evidence, and then the game is like, okay, you have the evidence. Now find out where it actually fits with this dialogue we've made to like counter argue and all this other. Yeah.
Exactly. You're basically you're basically like Matlock and Perry Mason. Basically. Have you ever watched Matlock or Perry Mason?
I don't believe so personally.
I've actually watched a few of the episodes. Matlock is basically a really old defense lawyer. That's actually very similar to Ace Attorney series. He actually, when his show was airing between, I think in the 80s and early 90s, Matlock was. And Perry Mason is a very old, I think either 40s or 50s TV show. And they had a newer one come out, I think in the 80s and 90s, like a remake of the Perry Mason series like that. But the thing about both series is that they are, I guess you can say they're like precursors to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Where, but instead of instead of it being a game, it's actually a series that plays out in very similar fashion. But see, these two detectives, Perry Mason goes out and talks with people, gathers evidence he needs to save people basically save his clients from going to jail. And he gets down to the truth of the matter. And the same way with Matlock, except he has like a private eye on the side.
Right.
So it's like, so he's got like a private eye on the side, which for some reason they seem to change at, I guess I'm gonna say every season, I don't know why. Or every 2 or 3 seasons. But it's weird. One, you see Curtis Thomas, who played as Walker Texas Rangers sidekick, I think, at one point. So yeah, he played that for his entire series.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, guys.
Which I think everybody's seen Walker Texas Rangers. That was a good show. In the 90s.
Anyways, guys, it's getting that time. Let's go raid somebody. Actually, I've got a person to raid. He's actually playing Doom Eternal right now. Fuck yeah.
What?
Doom Eternal. It was the newest Doom game that came out. I actually
Doom
got
Eternal. Oh, I thought you said like Doom Eternal. Like
Oh
what?
no, Doom Eternal. I actually got the collector's edition, so I actually have the helmet.
You got the helmet?
Yeah, they actually brought out like an actual like replica fittable helmet from the new Doom series. It came in the collector's edition of Eternal. I immediately got that as soon as I could. So
Ooh, nice.
yeah, no, it came with a lot of good stuff.
Wait a
But
minute.
anyways,
Wait a minute, is it like a physical helmet or is that in-game helmet?
no, it's a physical helmet. I can actually wear it.
Yo!
Yeah, no, it cost me a pretty penny, but I was like, I'm a Doom fan. I'm pre-ordering this.
Yo, that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. The collector's came with a lot of good stuff, and I saw that being the big thing. I'm like, immediately pre-order. But anyways, seriously, this guy name is Derek Decarouz, I believe. I could be saying his name wrong, but I've actually seen him a couple times. Pretty cool dude. I think I've rated him at least once since I've been back into streaming. Pretty cool VTuber, honestly. But right now he's playing Doom Eternal, so you know what? We do some investigations. We had some great stuff going on. Let's get
And
some
we had a lot
blood
of fun
pumping.
too.
Yeah, right. But let's get some blood pumping and watch him just rip and tear. But anyways, guys, I love you all. You guys are all amazing. Thank you, Kermit, for showing up and helping out with some of the voice lines today.
My pleasure. It was fun to actually voice some of the lines.
Oh yeah,
It was a little bit concerning at first, but it was actually fun at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely, like, even for me, it gets concerning because I'm used to playing this game where I'm just reading and like my brain just thinks of like their lines, but it definitely is an interesting experience to actually like speak out the line, personally.
But I can't really change my words. I can't really change my tones that much like you can.
Well,
So
dude, even sometimes I have a problem because, like, even though, like, okay, so I know that for me, I can change my voice to stuff, but especially when you do it when you're doing like 5 different voices and they change on a dime, that can kill you, man. That'll
Yeah.
just, ugh. But yeah, no. Anyways, guys, I love you all. Hope you all have a good night, and let's go raid this awesome person. See you all later.
Peace.